Mr. Hargrave here, and this is going to be a Marvel Strike Force tier list. I'm going to give you all of the characters that I'm currently using in the end game of Marvel Strike Force. I'm not making as many Marvel Strike Force videos. In fact, I'm like crazy busy. And one of the things that's helping me make this video is Magic Mind. You guys have heard me talk about Magic Mind before, and I wanted to talk to you about it again because it's something that really helps me out as a content creator. And now that I do so many different things, I have 2 YouTube channels, an Instagram feed. Believe it or not, the Instagram thing actually is work. I mean, it's something like kids do, but ends up being a lot of extra effort for me to do that at a high level. And the Magic Mind actually helps me out because it's actually a really a powerful tool that I have, right? Like, I've been taking it now for quite some time. I think you saw me talk about this like last year, and I prefer it to a lot of different things out there. You got prescription medications that can't do what, Magic Mind can do. It improves focus, and it can be a huge pain in the ass to get some of this stuff out there that can help you with that. Doctor appointments and medication shortages and stuff like that. Of course, you got coffee, right? So a big reason, and don't worry, I'm going to get over to the tier list, but I just want to talk about this for a minute. Coffee, it definitely helps me out, improves energy and focus, and you can still drink coffee on this. Like, I like to have this in the morning, and I like it just straight. Like, you can do like a lot of different things with it. You can put it into drinks or make it, it's basically like a matcha tea with a lot of other herbs and supplements in it. But what I like about Magic Mind as opposed to coffee in the morning is it helps me focus on like what I want to focus on, which right now is talking to you about Magic Mind. But in a minute here is going to be talking to you about, the best characters in Marvel Strike Force. And another the good thing about it is it doesn't require doctor appointments. It doesn't require me to brew up. I like good coffee, and that usually takes a little bit of time, a little more than I want to do in the morning. So this is nice. I just grab this. It takes like, a minute to drink or whatever, and then I'm on my way, and I'm off doing the things that I want to do, which is really cool. And I find that the energy is much better than what I get from coffee as well. It doesn't last all day. It wears off gradually with no crash and no headaches or any kind of other side effects, which is cool. I just really like it, and I wanted to share it with you. I've got some links down below. There's a discount, of course. There's like a code or whatever you can use if you want to check it out. I would highly recommend it, especially if you don't have the time to do coffee in the morning or, don't want to deal with maybe costly other medications that you can get or other supplements. I find this one's really, really good. It's got this cool stuff in it too called ashwagandha that actually is a calming element, which I find is neat. I did some research into what was in it, and I found out that was one of the things that it's in a lot of different stuff now, and in conjunction with the energy, that calming element is very nice at all. It has no negative. I haven't experienced any negative effects at all. I just feel more focused and energetic, maybe even a little less anxious, which is crazy for a guy like me who's like crazy anxious. It leaves me with no crash or bad feelings, no stomach ache or midday crash. Just kind of like what you get from coffee. And like I said, you can still take coffee on it. It doesn't necessarily have to replace that for you. So if you're a big coffee drinker and you like drinking coffee, you don't have to stop drinking coffee. I usually like to drink this in the morning, and then I'll have a coffee later on in the day when I got more time for it. Okay, but right now, what you got time for is a tier list, a Marvel Strike Force tier list. And so I want to make sure that I give it to you because I haven't talked to you guys about Marvel Strike Force now in a few weeks, but I wanted to talk to you about it now because I don't want to stop doing tier lists and safe to build and all that kind of stuff. And as you know, this is like the building blocks to my safe to build guide is the tier list. Now I've broken this down into 4 sections. Section number 1, the top of the list is what you're going to want to take to tier 19 for Dark Dimension 7 to go get Mephisto, right? Those are the characters. These are the ones I'm locking in. This is what most safe to build. Now, I know you need a lot more characters to tier 19 to go get Mephisto. These are the ones I'm comfortable saying right now we're going to go get them. Right now we're going to lock these in, okay? We'll do more. I'm sure I'll do a video on, Dark Dimension 7 and which characters I actually end up taking to tier 19. But right now I'm confident saying Black Knight, Super Skrull, Apocalypse, Black Cat, Robbie Reyes, Gambit, Rogue, and Kang. Those are the ones that just like hands down, you're going to take those. So if you want to do some early tier 19s, which I typically would not recommend, I have no characters at tier 19. But if there were a couple characters, if there was a handful of characters that are safe to build to tier 19, these are them. Now, right underneath that are characters that I recommend to level 100 for Cosmic Crucible purposes mostly. And we got to add some new characters to this too, because this is going to be an updated tier list. I kind of did a version of this a few weeks ago on a Addicted to Marvel Strike Force, but I want to make sure that we get Leader up in here so that Leader is one of the best. The whole Cabal team is definitely a level 100 team. You're going to want to bring those guys up to level 100. I'm going to actually want to finish my Magic Mind. So there you go. There you go. I want to make sure it's a good thing. I enjoy it. Leader, Iron Patriot, Namor, all level 100 characters, all very good. I would still recommend Miss Marvel Hardlight to level 100. In addition to, of course, Black Cat and Robbie Reyes that were taken to tier 19. All of Superior 6, level 100. New Warriors, still doing work in Cosmic Crucible, level 100. I would only recommend level 100 for Titania along with Kang. The rest of Masters of Evil, I don't think it really matters what level you have them at. If you want to use the full team in Cosmic Crucible, that's fine. But they're kind of falling off as a whole team. But Kang and Titania are going to hold strong. Extreme X-Men, all the way to level 100 along with Gambit to tier 19. Pegasus is such a good team on Cosmic Crucible defense. I would say, if you don't have the resources to take them to level 100, that's fine. But if you do, I would go ahead and do that. Now, the next section that we have down here is going to be for Isotope 8 level 4 for raids. For raids, the only requirement is that we hit Isotope 8 level 4. So I am recommending Hive Mind and Bifrost. You got to have those for high-level raids. I'm not recommending Invaders, right? And I'm not recommending Rebirth. If anyone was still thinking about doing that, I would replace that with Hive Mind. I wouldn't invest in Invaders at all because we know there's a new skill raid team coming, right? And that's going to be the Spiders. And this is all I'm really recommending for the new Spider team is just that Isotope 8 level 4 needs to go on them so that you can use them in raids. I don't think they didn't seem impactful enough. This is the last team that I really had access to on the test server. I didn't really get to try them out on the test server, but just looking at their kits, and I don't see them being viable in Cosmic Crucible. They didn't seem like... Now, they are getting a bit of a rework, so I might move them up into that Cosmic Crucible tier. We're going to see if they become viable on defense or offense. But for right now, they're a raid team. They're your skill raid team. This is where I would put them. I would put them right here. They are doubling down. In a recent blog, they said that they would be required for the new high-level raid. But once again, that's a high-level raid. And, I think for most players, just getting that Isotope 8 level 4 on them is going to be fine. Can you skip them? You could skip them for now, but you're going to have to build them at some point. Like a lot of this stuff, you have to build at some point. You get more out of it if you build it early. So I like to build stuff early because I'm at a high level. If you're at a lower level, then maybe you can skip them. All right, the final section that we have here is for Scourge. And this is for last year's Scourges, basically. And for upcoming Scourges. Apparently, I don't know any details about this. But apparently there's going to be an upcoming Scourge for Out of Time. So build Out of Time, okay? Build Out of Time. Black Knight, best character in the game, so of course you're going to build him to tier 19, but the rest of Out of Time, you're going to want to build up to some kind of level in preparation for a Scourge. You don't want to skip them. Also, unskippable is going to be New Avengers and Rebirth for last year's Scourges for Green Goblin. At some point or another, to get 7 stars on Green Goblin, you're going to have to build New Avengers and Rebirth. And then finally, I just got to throw in Quicksilver here because he is extremely useful for that Masters of Evil. You get Masters of Evil and Quicksilver can be used on one of the Scourges, and it really helps if you have Quicksilver. He's like the last character that I would say is kind of safe to build, and he's really super situational. He's really a great defensive character as well. But that's about it, guys. That's all the characters in the game that I'm kind of using at a high level. These are all the ones, for me, I'm taking them all to like level 100. This is my level 100 crew, right? These are the group of characters that I'm going to be considering taking to tier 19 when I go get Mephisto. But for right now, this is kind of where I have them at in my roster. I'm focused on Cosmic Crucible, although less so. You'll notice that I'm not recording, all my Cosmic Crucible attacks anymore because they're just they're very cookie cutter. It's very much the same thing every time. Even though there's a new season in place, it still feels very samey. Especially since we have so many strong Cosmic Crucible offense teams, and I have them leveled up so high, they just kind of win the attacks. It's not really, I'm not really getting stonewalled or anything. I think I ran into a bit of a problem in the Bifrost room, but I find if you're going to do Bifrost versus Bifrost, it's best to take off Beta Ray Bill and put in Apocalypse in his spot and win that fight, because you can win Bifrost versus Bifrost, but it gets a little tricky, a little hairy. Since we're talking about Cosmic Crucible and I got a few minutes left to talk to you, I'll go ahead and bring up my statistics. I am still keeping track of this stuff, and I'll share with you what I've got going on. So this is I'm just keeping track of my defense. So right now in Cosmic Crucible, I'm really just keeping track of my defense. And in Room 1, I have Darkhold and Quicksilver. Room 2, I have Pegasus. Room 3, Extreme. Room 4, I have a Dormammu Doom combo. Infinity Watch in 5, Out of Time in Room 6 because they told me to. And what I'm finding is my Darkhold Quicksilver is one of my better teams. Pegasus has the ability to stonewall people in Room 2. Pegasus is probably the best raid team to put in that room. Now, what we want to know is, will that be replaced? Is that going to, the new Spider team going to be viable? They did raise up its speed statistic, so maybe it'll be a viable team to put in there. However, Pegasus is just way too nuts right now with that huge bump to its speed bar when it comes in there. So it is a nasty, nasty defense team and probably my best defense team that I have. I like Extreme in 3, although I didn't get great results from that, so I might, I don't know, I might change that around. I know a lot of people are putting Extreme in 2. However, you can just take Bifrost and run right over Extreme in Room 2. And then in Room 4, that Dormammu Doom combo isn't doing that great. Infinity Watch is still doing well. And Infinity Watch is a team that I considered putting on this list, but ultimately it's really like a frivolous thing. Like if you have extra resources, if you have all this leveled up, you could go ahead and level up Infinity Watch to level 100, but I don't think that I've done it yet. I'm actually leveling my Darkhold up to level 100 right now, just because I've seen it be so effective in Room 1. I'm sticking with that. And then I did get a win out of Time. So Out of Time is on my list to level up to 100. I'm kind of waiting for the shoe to drop on how it's going to be required, for what game mode, for what kind of Scourge. I don't know. They said it'd be required for some legendary, so I'm waiting for that. All right, guys, that's about it. No, I do not have a image to share with you. You can screen cap this. There you go. It's on the screen right now. Just screen cap it. Look down in my description for those links for Magic Mind. Like I said, it is great. It really helped me get through this. It helped get this video made because I got a lot of stuff going on. It's a weekend right now, and believe me, my attention is all over the place. But yeah, taking this every morning really does help me focus and get these videos made. So big thank you to Magic Mind for that. And I thank you for watching this video. There's a lot of other great videos on this channel about other great games. So check those out. And grave diggers, keep digging.
He is I, and I am him, and I'm the undisputed trend in that Taven. And this dork behind the camera, some Melvin told me to say, grave diggers keep on digging. Whatever that means.
I am AEW wrestler and Ring of Honor tag champ, Mike Bennett. And remember, grave diggers keep digging, but not the monster truck. Even though my son really likes that monster truck, I kind of like Son of a Digger and Zombie. I'm going off on a tangent about monster trucks because my son really loves monster truck, but we're talking about the YouTube channel. So make sure, grave diggers, keep on digging, baby.
So this is Mark doing one happy private party, saying what up to the grave diggers and doing your thing, bro.
All right, like, subscribe, and watch another video, or be cursed. If you're cursed, that means the grave diggers will keep digging your graves. So you probably want to do it.